Hello, hello, and Merry Monday, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Mario. Hey, B. Hey, Mary, and hey, Petite. Hope you're all doing very well today. Welcome in. It's seriously... That one's never going away. That one always gets me for... No god dang way. 10? Number 10. Heck yeah! Well, thank you for the 10 stream streak, Petite. I watched the Bones Halloween special. I'll be honest, you know... God, it feels like a fever dream, and I don't remember too much about it, but I remember they were dressed like Mad Max. I gotta watch it again. That's basically how every Bones episode is. Why was Bones so mean? Well, because he was supposed to be, what was the word he kept using? It was the disc special or whatever. I don't remember. At least Therapist was trying. This music sounds really sad. You missed the Sunday stream? Oh, it's okay. I've been missing people streaks too. It's a very pretty song, yeah. Welcome in. Also, I did start reading Pale. You should share that in the Discord proper. I think other people would like it. I got through 1.0 and chapter 1.1. I really hope Louise comes back. She seemed cool. Not that I don't mind the 3 girls, but like Louise just seemed like a much more interesting character. Oh, you just asked about Pale. Yeah, I got through 1.0 and 1.1. They're big meaty chapters. Oh, and that cool little pamphlet about the town that really helps. Puglyhead, she has a song. It is sad jester music, so actually, why don't we just get right into it? We don't gotta wait no more longer. This is Bad End Theater. Now, I just want to say content warning. There's blood, gore, violence, and strong language. So, I know usually my stream is pretty fucking clean. We don't really have a whole lot of shit and blood everywhere, but tonight, there might be. This game is fucking awesome. I believe so, but I'll find out. I don't know anything. Got my coffee and water. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. Okay. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. Sounds good. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like.
When do we get the free food?
So you got the demon doll or the human doll. Gotcha. We'll start with the demon doll. Clearly that's the superior choice. Oh, okay. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce looking guy. Nah, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Let's play nice. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. Damn, I suck at this game. I already lost. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. Try controlling the other doll. Okay. I'm the demon doll. Go ahead and try playing as the human doll this time. No, I'm the demon doll. No, I want to be the demon doll. Are you sure? Because I can choose the demon doll. If you want me to play the human doll... Let's just try a couple more times. Let's see. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can't stop me. I don't know. I think I should choose the demon doll. Alright, fine. I'll choose the human doll. Where is the Lapora doll? Okay. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. Okay. How will you interact with the demon doll? I'm gonna play nice with it. You and the demon doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why? This isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now your theater sucks. You say choose the human, but give me the option to choose the demon. Miyamoto would have issue with that design.
Where's the Tonberry doll? Then again, that would be mildly disturbing.
No, Tomberries are cool. You can set the doll's behavior in advance. Oh, okay, so I was nice as the demon, which meant the demon... Okay, I see. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now, you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. Okay, human doll, hostile, and wicked. I mean... I guess, right? We should probably see how this goes. You control the demon doll, your fierce-looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Let's attack it. You kill the human doll in cold blood. How ruthless. Okay. I get it. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all of the bad endings at your own pace. So I should go for bad endings. Lizzie! Welcome in, Merry Monday. So okay, now without further ado, let's start the show. How are you doing? Okay. Oh shit, Frank West is here too. Can I play the Frank West character? Ah, crap, I can't click the Frank West character, never mind. I like the Underling, let's start with them. You're a demon underling, in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friend tells you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. You're straight up gooning tonight. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. That is just like you, B. You're always screaming and yelling. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. Should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's not. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. No, look at the little imp. Just to see, if we went to do the revolution, we wouldn't get to see the little imp tumbling. And this is adorable. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. Oh, that's the maiden from the story. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up. Tell her to quit yelling. These are some good options. Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep! When the main you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. Speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? We made a friend, yeah. Demons and humans have independent societies. Wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? If Maiden is going on and on about some of the destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You are impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, "That was just a joke, of course." She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. Oh no, it's the hero, isn't it? Oh no! You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! I mean, we're supposed to go see bad ends, right? Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You liked that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain. Only retribution. Or your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades.
Yummy revenge.
The hero is overtaken. Your army is won. Anything for the Overlord. You have earned your rest. Victorious Underling End, let's go! Woo! Alright, this is some bad end theater, huh? Let's reset the stage. Okay. Let's not lock in either of those. Let's do hero now. You are the hero! You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby Overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Undertale! Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Okay. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about the demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. Villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally. Just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town's elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you meet with the Overlord immediately, and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running! Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already. That doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden, toward the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You'd only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. The maid might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Hi, Zinnia! Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander hero. Bystander hero, and A. Okay, I want him to be trusting. I want the underling to be disloyal. Let's not do that. And I want to see what it's like being the Overlord having to handle the underling uprising. Girl boss, let's go. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween! Thanks, Craft. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one comes here anyways. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kinda bothers you. What to do with this underling? Get back to work, just like in the underling story. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. Don't forget to step on them. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick, just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. You thought you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough? How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. I think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her.
Hey Fibi, will you buy me a Gothman purse?
Yeah, we'll get on that. Where do you get those? The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. Aww. You wonder what to say. Let's let her stay for a while. I mean, they are gonna rebel on us, so this is probably gonna suck. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We're very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You always thought of humans to be violent, unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. Hi, Goku! I almost said Gunku. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who is rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Let's let them go this time. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? Yeah. You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. Oh my god. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden and hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something with you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice the humans to care, though. One of your underling barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now. It's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone. I keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. A group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So, this is how you'll die, burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling whose traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your life. They cried that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. We'll forgive them. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Damn. Overlord's true end? Oh my god. Wait, do they all have true ends? Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself. Yeah, that's what I just said to myself. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is the bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. Yeah, I like the demon. Little demon child. I didn't want him to get strangled. Started to relate to their flaws, their plights. Yeah, a little bit. You started wishing for their happiness. Yeah. But you're gonna find that here in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Actually, it looks like you found the optimal path to the first true end. You're either extremely lucky or you know exactly what you're doing. Believe it or not, I wear a clover on my chest for this exact reason. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. Well, I mean, yeah, you're kind of, like, can I get back to it? I'm gonna beat your theater, bozo. This guy doesn't know how to dunder up. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Alright, let's go again. Oh shit, the man! Okay, we're good. Don't worry, the mask is here. He's been whispering hints into my ear all night, actually. Yeah. You did good. So what is... Oh shit! Alright, so I have to find all the true endings first, it sounds like. We got the overlords, like, immediately, because I'm a true gamer girl. But... yeah, I haven't even touched the maiden yet. I guess we'll go for maiden true ending next. Top right corner, you can see pathing. I know, I see it up there. I was gonna wait for all the things to end before I click it. Hi, Propane. I am having a W time. That ending was sad, but it was, like, good in the same way. Oh, what's this? So they all have... okay, so Overlord, and then this... okay. And I'm probably gonna want to see all the ends at some point. Oh, cool, and I can... it seems like I can probably... it will give me an idea of how to reach them, too. Wow, I got really close to the Imp's true end, apparently. Or, no, I did not. Because this was the path I took. No, I didn't even get close. I understand, so... Underling granted the day off. Okay. Okay. Wow, Maiden's true end is complicated, but it looks like you can take two paths to it, which is nice. So we got Maiden begins, Maiden meets the Overlord, stays with the Overlord, Hero does something I didn't unlock, so it might be better to go... Overlord behavior, antisocial will get us to here. And then from here, if the hero's trusting, and then I have to make a decision. And if the Imp is disloyal. Okay. I'm trying to think, because, like, with the Maiden, all of the decisions are really down to me, it looks like. So as long as the hero is trusting, the underling is disloyal, and she's antisocial but merciful, we could get to the Maiden's true ending in one. Yeah, I gotta get all the endings, gotcha. Let's aim for true endings first. So, disloyal, antisocial, and merciful. Trusting, right? That's what it was? Let me see. Go here. Antisocial into trusting. Into disloyal, into merciful. Antisocial, trusting, disloyal, merciful. Let's do it! Did you miss Tanuki's Pawn Summer? I don't even think that game's out yet, is it? It might honestly be out. I have not played it yet. I do want to still stream that game, but I don't think it's out yet. It's on my wish list. If it is, I'll pick it up next year, and we'll play it for the summer, I promise. You are a maiden, hell yeah I am. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You're told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. B. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. But you gotta stop capturing girls. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce myself. I know how to get in there. I know how to get to the what's her face from here. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon doesn't seem to have been really listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come and she squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out. Something awful would happen, then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just got here. Yeah, okay. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home, and this is when the trusting hero finds us. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? You explain everything that happened. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. Two of you return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. And this part goes great, chat. You're gonna love this next part. They had all been so worried and are very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seem confused and look to the hero for an explanation. He tells them he only ran into you on his way to the castle and that this isn't really his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or other mean things like that. The villager look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his word over yours. You don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself, just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. An old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. Says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. That is not what he said in the hero story. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. Hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Grab the hero and run. You'll boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero with your gum arm and by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Yo, hey, what's up? How you doing, Translucent? Thank you for the 12 months, and thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome in, welcome in. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off without them. Yo, is that my favorite chatter? What's up, Translucent? How you doing? Welcome in. This isn't right, you think? What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. What's up, Lizzie? See the new Pikmin update that's coming out? Yeah! I saw it. I can't wait for it. I'm super excited to play it again on hard mode next year for the Pick Month, on its hardest difficulty, whatever it's called. It's probably not just called hard mode. And hopefully I'll be able to keep my little decorated Pikmin alive. I mean, it's interesting. I think I keep saying that because I'm pretty sure this update is for Switch 1 and 2, that this was just stuff they had done in time, but I still think we'll get a Switch 2 update at some point. Clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. If they locked you all in, you have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it, because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. You just pretended not to hear them. If you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. Simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord spares the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Nah, we're gonna save him. Maiden's true end. Ah, easy. Let's keep collecting bad endings for now. I think we're gonna probably want to get all of them before we hit that option, honestly. So let's see, can I get to Underling's true ending? Is this true ending? This has to be. I'm assuming true ending's always the furthest. Yes, definitely. Yeah, thank you. I figured as much, Mario. The other ending should be a lot easier to reach, honestly. We'll live, bitch. Exactly. This theater's not gonna get us. I've dealt with crazier creatures than before I joined the FBI, honestly. This theater demon's a piece of shit. It's gonna find out. Okay, so whether she's friendly or not, it doesn't matter, but we're gonna have her be polite. Okay, granted the day off, polite, maiden to the castle, gets involved in a plot to dethrone the Overlord, so I have to be disloyal. Which actually, yeah, okay. Antisocial, so she has to be antisocial, obedient, trusting, resolute, merciful. Okay. Antisocial, obedient, trusting, resolute, merciful. I'm gonna forget them all. Trusting, obedient, and resolute. Polite doesn't matter, but she's gonna be polite. I need to be disloyal, and I've already forgotten what the Overlord needs to be. Merciful, antisocial. Right. Antisocial, merciful. Alright, underling time! That option only shows up for the maiden. Gotcha, so I know where to go once I have the rest of them. You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle with a baddie and keep the humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. Feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide they ask the Overlord for a day off. Yeah, I know, Mario. I'll do that later, but for true endings, I'd like to read them all through. She's surprisingly cool with it? Nice! You set out on your adventure outside the castle. You change the atmosphere. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. This little goblin's so cute. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Let's hear her out. You're in a good mood today, and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. This story can go south really fucking fast with the demon imp. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. What's up, Kiryu?
I hope after our next release,
Kiryu.
pirate Yakuza.
Kiryu, you gotta stop advertising. Kiryu, you gotta stop advertising that game in the middle of my streams.
Oh,
God dang it, Kiryu. No one's gonna buy it if you keep doing this, Kiryu. No one even watches this stream. Who are you advertising to? Get out of here. You hadn't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out, and being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Friends question your loyalty to their cause. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. You tell them you were just joking. Clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. Honestly, it doesn't, sadly. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance! There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck! The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they'd tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear the traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the two humans, and the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wished he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you'd sided with her. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you've just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You all burn together. Underling's true end. Whoo-wee! No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true! You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? Wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... Reset the stage, bitch.
More like false beginning. Lamau got him.
Got him! Ooh! Wow, the hero is a complex route. 1 second. I like that there's still a couple ways you can get here. We were pretty close. It's because the maiden wasn't resolute, I guess. Okay, so we do... Okay, antisocial, flee from the demons, obedient... we talk, I guess. Trusting, resolute, disloyal. So let's get those three real quick. I feel like it's the same no matter what. Doesn't matter if she's polite. Trusting, resolute, disloyal, obedient. Oh, and antisocial, of course. I feel like, yeah, for these endings, it's really the same combinations. Just about. Means true story. Trusting, resolute, disloyal. We're gonna overhear it. Merciful. Okay. So this looks correct. I don't think she needs to be polite. Let me just check one more time. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter if she's polite, but we'll keep her polite because that's what she deserves. And Buzzinga. No, but why not be polite? Yeah! You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Ah! You forgetting your pride, you escaped with your life. But you couldn't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? It's dangerous. Maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Okay. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about the demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. Nothing will go wrong. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. Villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally. Just in case. Crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking of what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they are saying. Oh, okay. That's why the main here is different. The town elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? Yes. You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. As you stand there, not sure what to do, the maiden announces that she's going to prove her story to the village, and drags you along with her. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. Adventure awaits! When you make it to the castle, you spy a group of suspicious demons hanging around near the entrance. You can't help but overhear their conversation. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. You have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. Those demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? He begins shouting at them. The whole room dissolves into noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. Do you ever listen to the words people say, or do you just like, God dang, hero? You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of the litter behind. Glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room's in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? Yeah, I know, B. I get that. I'm not a dingus, but it's just like the hero in particular kind of stinks. He never pays attention to what people are saying. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to backlog. The underlings pound on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join in. Yo, Lucia! Heck yeah, B, can you get the shout out for that? Welcome in, welcome in! Welcome in. Hi. Everyone follow Lucia if you're not. How are you? What are you up to? How are you? Yeah, how are you? What are you up to today? Merry Monday. Sorry, I'm a little... This game's really got me sucked in. If you've never heard of it, it's called Bad End Theater. But what were you playing? And welcome in everyone from Lucia's stream. If you're new here, I'm Phoebe. I'm a clown girl VTuber streamer. I play a lot of games. Tonight I'm playing Bad End Theater. It's really hard to explain, but so far I'm kind of in love with it. It's really cool. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. Thank you for the raid, I appreciate that. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. Is she going to kill it as retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. You have Bad End Theater and you saw a friend play it once. It's really interesting so far. Cool. Well, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. Make sure to follow her, all of you dinguses, if you aren't. You're playing Riven, the sequel to Myst. Okay, so when I was a kid, my dad was really into PC gaming in like the 90s, I guess. So he had like boxed versions of like Age of Empires and Myst. And I remember he was really into Myst. It was like his favorite thing, and I watched him play through it once. I don't think he ever played Riven, though. I would love to play Myst and Riven, it sounds like, at some point. That sounds awesome. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together. Hero's true end. Alright. So at this point we've seen all of the true ends, I believe, right? Yep. We've seen Overlord. Oh! Wait. Can I go back? Oh, well. This is okay. I know how to get an easy ending here. I wanted to choose, but I was gonna say we were gonna go in order from left to right, but I guess we're just gonna do the underling first. We gotta see all the underlings endings anyways. Age of Empires, yeah! You know, as a kid, I had an Age of Empires game I got from a Scholastic. It was called Age of Kings on the DS. You can go back with the green sign. Oh. Thank you. Or wait, no, this sign. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to start with Hero. We're just gonna go left to right with each character. So Hero's first. Slay the demons. Okay, hungry. Okay, so slay the demons and the little fella just has to be hungry. Let's go. I noticed if you turn these on, it will skip those specific areas, I think, or... It seems like if you turn these on, it just skips those checks, which is nice. You're the hero! Woo! Look at this, speedrun. Demons block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that's all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Cut through the demon army. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance. A convincing act. Is that supposed to be convincing? Sorry, that looks like a U. That's convincing. A convincing act, but you won't be fooled. Canoeing. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. It's fact. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. That's why the imp had to be hungry? Are you kidding me? Thinking about the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons and you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. Oh, she doesn't deserve that. She just wants to sleep in bed all day because the world kind of stink. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. Great evil has been banished from this world, but what does it matter if you were too weak to save someone? Yeah, this ending sucks. Stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. All these endings are gonna suck. Like, worse than the true ending, honestly. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape and bring it to the village. Surely, your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero end. Wow. That was a good one. I liked that one. That was fun. Okay, so... Dutiful. The hero finds the maiden. So, okay. Instead of the thing being hungry... Dutiful finds the maiden. Hero apologizes for what he's done. Okay, slaughter my way through the castle, but the little feller ain't hungry this time. The little feller. I like the little imp. Anyways, speedrun. When I was a kid, my father also seemed to be playing PC gaming. We didn't have Age of Empires, but we had, like, Lord of the Realms. Yo, Warcraft 2? That's sick. We had, like, creatures, and he knew to get us, like, good games growing up. So, like, Zumbinis and a lot of the humongous stuff. And he had his games, but he didn't have too many. He didn't really like playing too many games. That's cool as heck, though. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot the maiden. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? Maybe the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. Did I do something different? Oh. And she runs... Okay, this is good. She runs from you for some reason. You wonder what it's all about, but then you remembered you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. Oh my god. The crowd is in a frenzy. Oh my god. Smoke begins to rise and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible. I probably got a different ending because I probably didn't unclick something I should have. See how the main stuff selected. Yeah, I figured it out. You don't gotta tell me, B. I'll figure these things out. Must have been something horrible to deserve that. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Don't say Sorgi, that doesn't get around it. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Spectator hero end. B. There's 2 spectator hero ends? Sick. Can't wait for A. Okay, so what did I have clicked? I gotta keep that in mind. Hi, Kiro! Thank you, missed a bunch as a kid. That game is confusing from what I remember. Back when we thought Age of Empires about building houses before some people came to wreck them down. That's funny. Mario, I prefer my method of spamming spacebar and left mouse button at the same time, I'll be honest. Okay, so I got to Spectator, gotcha. So, and that wasn't actually because of the maiden, fun fact, that was because the Overlord was antisocial. So we need the Overlord to not be antisocial, and then we should be good from there. La 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 la. Oh my god, we killed him. Found the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. What's the difference between bystander and spectator, I wonder? Yeah, it wasn't until Age of Empires 2 you got the gist of it. That's funny. Find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Let's apologize. I said I was gonna get this one. You hope she'll just let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. It's not all that confusing, at least that's what you found. It's a relatively easy puzzle game. Okay. I mean, my dad was never really that good at games, but he liked playing some of them. Look at that big old eye. Okay. So that was apology. So we'll do the same thing. There's actually another way we can get there, which is interesting. Slays the Overlord. And then we're missing a maiden behavior, it looks like, which is interesting. So we might actually have to swap around characters, here and there. Anyways, watch this. Destroy the Overlord! You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it, after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. Villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Yay! Triumphant hero end! Woo! That's the best ending in the game. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I need a different maiden behavior. So I guess if I still want to do this in order, but how do I get there? Trusting? No, we don't want a trusting. We want dutiful, heroic, and that'll lead us to that option. Gotcha. Now, it could be that... No, I mean, it doesn't look like it's a choice, so... Okay, don't slay the Overlord. But don't apologize? Hold on. Hero finds the maiden, the Overlord is upset. The hero tries to slay the Overlord, gets us there. No, because I think the red line means I am... No. Let me try to figure this out. So... If I don't try to slay her... Well, let's mess around for a second. Let's just mess around for a second. I just got the Miss Strategy guide. That's funny. Anyways, let's just see. We can go, like, straight to the end here, honestly. Continue to be dutiful. Ask the main what's going on. But yeah, this just leads back to that. So I think we have to do the maiden route then. Okay. Let's, let me see. How do I get there as the maiden then? Not you. Meet the Overlord. Antisocial. The maiden stays for a while. Is that really the only way to get here? Dutiful. Well, I know what that ending is. Stays with the Overlord for a while. Dutiful, heroic. Okay. And she can be antisocial, and we can still ask it. It'll be cute, probably. Okay, so he just needs to be dutiful and heroic. Let's make sure the imp isn't hungry. Okay. Not you. He just needs to be dutiful and heroic, it looks like. And, she can be antisocial. And let's go! Oh, the maiden's so cute. Good thing she doesn't have a terrible ending, and people don't, like, give her a weird, thing that she has to do. Let's introduce herself. Maiden's theme is a pop. It is! Okay. Yeah, we can skip through this. We've seen this a bunch of times. Let's refuse to leave. A little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. I missed one thing. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. Hooray! Hey! The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they may not have been the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send out a hero after them. You realize that must be why you'd never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express gratitude to your overlord your overlord. I mean, might as well be her overlord. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. I always thought demons were violent, unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. Maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. But then, a hero barges into the room. Hi, hero. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. The hero suddenly dashes toward the overlord, a sword drawn. Okay. I'm gonna protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny. You think you never could have imagined this would be the way you die. The roles are switched all around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Can't wait to see that from the other guy's ending. Oh god, okay. That was rough. Let's see. So Hero should now be able to go Martyr into that ending. Gotcha. So for Hero, we just need... She can't be antisocial, unfortunately. Okay. Dutiful. Dutiful. Find them. Try to slay the hero, and then if she's Martyr... Okay, and I don't think it matters. I think the only thing that matters is what the hero does, which is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, and this little fella can't be hungry, but that's okay.
You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped.
Oh, don't press V.
Disabled.
Alright, turns out you can press V to turn text to chat on, my bad. That scared the shit out of me, scariest part of this game. It's me. That was the Hypnospace voice, by the way. That was definitely Hippie from Hypnospace. You don't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Here we go. That is Hippie. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if this question is directed at you. The overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Sword feels heavy. Look at your hands, your clothes. Blood. So much blood. Look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the overlord is slain. There will be celebration. Loyal hero, end. That one was extra rough. Oh my god. Dude, you kind of stink, honestly, in most of your endings. Okay, so now we're gonna do hero begins the story, flee from the demons, go back to town, I'm guessing? And then if he's hungry, I get an end. Okay. So she continues to be social. Right? Yeah, we can't ever be antisocial, so... Okay, we'll flee from the demons, do something fun and new. Okay, if she's possessive, we get an ending. That's good to know. And then he just needs to be hangry. So let's do the hangry one first. Oh, it doesn't matter what we click for the person we're playing as, by the way. I don't know why I thought that for a little bit. Alright, anyways, here we go. So first, we do this, and then we flee like a coward. Okay, so this is where okay, I know what I gotta do here. Ask if they'll let you in. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chamber. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she ever really here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come in here in forever. At least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either because the fucking maiden got eaten? Oh my god, I'll be honest, every situation between the Overlord and the hero in which the maiden gets eaten is so, like, implications-wise awful. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. Maiden was never found. Useless hero end. I mean, it's not his fault. She ran out, got eaten by a dang old demon. Okay, so without him being hungry, we have her be possessive. Okay. Be like a coward. Ask if they'll let you in. The Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. But the Overlord objects to this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like these. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You're helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero end. Okay. So... okay, we can do this. We don't need her to be possessive, but we need him to be disloyal. Okay. And she can't be merciful. So you're not merciful, you're not possessive. Does she need to be anything in this run? Okay. I need to flee and then be diplomatic. And then that fella needs to be disloyal. And that's really it. It doesn't matter what the maiden is in this route, I suppose. Alright, here we go. The Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the Maiden what's going on. The Maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she has came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave and you casually exit the castle. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. Talking about assassinating their Overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. You have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. I need like a lot of more water than I have. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you've just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. Ooh, I feel like I know what this ending is gonna be. It's followed by the group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. We've seen this a couple times, actually. We can skip to the point. Pounds on the door, upset it's been betrayed. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into her underling's chest and it lets out a horrible scream. Back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig in and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. Look at the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this. You envy her. Demon Overlord. Holy shit, shut the fuck up! Two of you, the Overlord and the Underling's corpse, are all consumed by flames. Resigned hero end. God dang. Almost done with the hero. One more to go. So we got... You need to be antisocial. I need to flee. She needs to be obedient. I believe her story. But we're missing something from the imp, so I guess it's time to play the imp. One of these might be the decider here, so it looks like... Okay. Okay, so we need Tyrant. I need to be disloyal, hungry. Okay, so first off, let's turn Dutiful off. Okay. Let me go back here. We gotta do Underling for a second. She needs to be a Tyrant. I should probably just turn them all off and just click them as I need to. It doesn't matter what the Underling has. I should have realized I'm missing 2 of the Underling's things. God dang. Okay, so... We're gonna eat the maiden. We haven't seen eating the maiden yet. So this is probably gonna be fucked. Just a heads up. Okay, so he needs to be dutiful. She needs to be a tyrant. I need to eat the maiden. Or no, I don't want him to be dutiful right now. Yeah, but I need... Vor. We're gonna probably see Vor, like legit. Okay, so if he's not dutiful, that'll lead us to, something. And then I think we also need to get here to get the other option for the imp. Because we need 2 more of the imp underlings, behaviors that we're just apparently missing. Unless this is one of them. I guess we're gonna play underling for a bit. But yeah, we're gonna get to the Vor, and, surely there's a good... Who's telling me this? Wait. Wait, hold on. I didn't realize someone was, like... communicating with me down here. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna give up, of course. I could also go talk to the mask. I'm good. Alright, underling time. Time to eat her. I don't think it matters what I click here, because I still go outside and tumble like a cutie. Alright, here we go. Burps and Pat's Big Mage Shake Ballet. Mains aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. I'm smoking the track. You start devouring the maiden without so much as second thought and feel quite proud of that. Holy shit! Other humans would surely praise you with curses if you were around. They were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. No, because we need to find more behaviors. Change your mind and leave. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle, thinking you'll take a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask what their deal is. We've seen this. We've seen the imp get stamped on. We all want to be stepped on. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. Oh, this will be interesting, because the maiden won't even be involved in this uprising. Follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how you want to go about this. Lock her room and burn her alive. You act machismo. Sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. Already ate an entire person. Shh, they don't know. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Coward. Okay, let's chicken out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through it with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. Seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up and ask again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed while your head is turned. The demons shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. And the maiden, technically. Just saying. And the maiden. Okay, so we gotta get one more personality trait for the underling here. So being a coward got me to that. My assumption is that the other choice must be right here, because yeah, almost every other path leads to the same thing. This is the only place where it looks like I have an option to choose how I want to go, so this time we just need him to be dutiful. Oh my god, I'm a demon underling! Woo! Doesn't matter what I say here. Woo! Oh my god, can't wait to eat her. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Change your mind and leave. But he's dutiful this time, so it should change. I'm underlinging! I'm underlinging all over the place. Alright, you go back. You're rudely awakened. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! Save myself. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons. Okay, this wasn't a personality thing. Where you live peacefully, alone, in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Woo! We got the dessert ending! I can't read! We got the underling dessert ending. I guess we're gonna fill out underling at this point. Not devouring the maiden. So maybe it's this one then. Okay, so we want... She needs to not be a tyrant. Granted the day off, she's nice, it doesn't matter. We bring her to the castle. Of course, if we don't, we probably end up here. Disloyal. I have to be disloyal. So she needs antisocial, obedient, trusting. Okay. Social, obedient, trusting. He does not need to be dutiful, though, I believe. Day off, polite, maiden to the castle, antisocial, obedient, trusting. And then him being trusting will give me the way to go here, and that might be it. And we should not have her be resolute. Okay, here we go! Yummy dessert. He did get a yummy dessert. Okay, let's not gobble her up. We're friends now. We're gonna go have soft tacos later. Okay, I do need to be disloyal here. Okay, we go. Oh, is this the one where I'm gonna end up? No, because something's gonna change with the hero. You and your friends return to notice the maiden from earlier. Oh, it's just the maiden with no hero. I see. Hi, Aiden. Welcome on. Welcome up. Welcome in. Merry Monday to you. Maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. There it is, Captor. Toss her in the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. How are you doing today, Aiden? The maiden is very upset. Did you see? I got a shiny Trubbish trying to farm shiny Scraggies behind the ball shop. I'm okay with the shiny Trubbish because it's adorable and I might try to work it into my team, but like, it just feels really silly. Because I wanted, like, there's like 4 Scraggies and 1 Trubbish. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. Now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice!" and other such cliche hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. Been working some shorts and planning something hype for December. I'm super excited for that. So since there's no breeding in ZA, are you just expected to bottle cap EV or IVs, by the way? Because before I even want to touch ranked, I want to make sure my mons are like set. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. Who has 5 shinies in Area 16 while hunting Froakie? Yo, but Area 16 is where Phalanx is. If you have a Phalanx, I would definitely kind of want that. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making it very easy for you. Yeah, I spent a good chunk of the day stream going through all endings of Riven. That's pretty cool. Don't worry about it being late. You have 3? Ooh, are any of them alphas? I might actually want to trade for that. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who managed to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. I'd still want one. I'd still want a Phalanx. If, you'd be willing to. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your overlord. Lord, Underling, and A. God damn, yeah. Well, because there are 9 endings. Ooh, does Mist have multiple endings? I don't remember, honestly. Or no. Avoiding IVs. I got to A rank with only EV training, 1 Pokemon proper. That's good to know! Got a home for all 4 now, none are with me. Alright, I'll have to farm my own. But that's still cool, and I'm jelly. I really like my shiny trash. I named it Joel after Look Outside, because I'm a big Dorcas. Okay, so for the final ending, we need Disloyal Captor. Antisocial, obedient, disloyal captor. Okay. Antisocial, obedient, disloyal captor. Doesn't matter what the knight is. Or the hero, I should say. So, begins his story. She's antisocial. Let's flee from the demons. We talk. And we believe the maiden's story. Okay. EV trainer Fibi. I don't actually like EVs that much. Maybe one day. I feel like a poison EV form would really catch my attention, like a snake Eevee. Anyways, we're gonna flee here. I'm gonna find another one, so I don't mind being out of one right now. That's fair. You're home of the 4th one if I want? Yeah! Oh, heck yeah! I would love that. I'm sorry, I'm bad at reading. Anyways, we're gonna listen to her. Thank you very much. Blah, 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 blah. We're gonna go back. The old man is talking. The hero's too stupid to pay attention. We gotta go. The demons are here. Okay. Trust them, and in return, they lock her up? So demons are truly evil beings after all. Right, they're in the dungeons. The dungeons. Pokemon's fun as heck. Well, I think ZA for me definitely could have been like... I don't know. ZA was fun, but I'm excited to see what Gen 10 is for sure. The Dummins. You demand they take you to her, but they do not let you pass. You should have expected as much from these unreasonable creatures. You know what you must do. You thrust your blade through the demon before you and rush the castle alone. You're the only one who can save the maiden now. The fuck are you doing, killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down that easily. You're both dangerously low on health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. I mean, Eevees are cute, they're just not for me. Sylveon is... I really like Sylveon, but for my money, it's Leafeon. Oh, we got something. Okay, we got something for this one. Lost letter 1. My love, it just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this. It's unreasonable. Cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more. And then, maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. Huh. Letter time, baby! I get the vibe. Now, Mario, tell me, is it gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Should I do Maiden or Underling next? Because I'd rather get the letters in order. Now that I know what the squares are. The letters make this story so good. Dang, you're right. Welcome back! Are you pleased with your progress so far? I am. It's an order of characters. Okay, so Maiden is next. Alright, Maiden time. Alright, well, let's get the first and easiest Maiden ending. You're not gonna believe how easy this one is. I guess because we're playing Izzer, we can click them all. You won't believe how easy this Maiden ending's gonna be. Tried to get into Pokemon as a kid, watched this show up to Season 3 most of the time. Gotcha, gotcha. Time for Phoebe to go on her maiden voyage. Here we go! We're the main, we live in a peaceful village, everything's wonderful. Let's introduce ourselves! You tell the demon your name and explain that you're main from the village. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why'd you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Bit brick by brick. Talk by tick, Lamau get wrecked. No matter how far, no matter how Rick. That's what happened. She got devoured brick by brick. Okay. Obviously, we turn off hungry. Let's do so top to bottom like I did with the hero here. So meets the overlord, antisocial, choose to leave, trusting.
Suck my dick.
That's not the lyrics, streaming way. Okay, return alone. And not have him be disloyal. Okay, so... And now they're fighting. Thank you, Fink. I don't know where Fink came from, but thank you, Fink. Please beat up streaming. God damn it! Now streaming way's gonna think it was okay. Okay, antisocial. I need to be obedient. Antisocial, trusting. That's all we need. Trusting, antisocial. Here we go! Introduce yourself.
You can
Well,
be
you've come in.
to death if you do it brick by brick.
You could. She might be lying. Alright, she's not lying. And they have a big Yuri moment, and we're gonna obey her. We're gonna go find the hero, and the hero's gonna be like, that's pretty cool, girl! Oh, now they're fighting again. God damn it. Alright, 1 second. We're gonna leave on our own. I think that's what it said, right? It wants me to leave on my own here. Good job, Streaming Web. Prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. As you get closer, you start to notice a tower of black smoke darkening the beautiful blue sky. The castle's engulfed in flames. What in God's name could have happened? You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. Quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. Smoke is too thick, you can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. The fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. Can't help but laugh. What a joke! A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. God damn, that one was rough. She was a selfless maiden in the end. So, okay, but this time if it's disloyal, then we get to go a little further. Okay. Living as a maiden, so much fun. Adventures under the sun. Have a cool girlfriend. I obey her. Go to town. Talk to the cool hero. Blah, 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 blah. Everything sucks. Gonna go run to my girlfriend. Like 10 minutes of vibe check as this game is fucked. Apparently there's a good ending to it all, Aiden. But we gotta get there. Suspicious group of demons stands just outside the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overhear them. The underling you recognize from before is the first to do something about it. It's just the way it has to be. They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly. God damn! Slow my shit. Slaughtered maiden ending. Let's see, so... Okay, if they are disloyal but a captor, we get an even different ending here. Forbidden Yuri. And we obey her, go back home. Everything sucks. All the villagers suck the worst in this story. I feel like I've seen a million stories like this, though, to be honest. The misunderstanding with the demon lord, the village is all the evil people because they're pushing some sort of, like, not agenda, but, like, you know what I mean. It's like they've got their ways they're stuck in, and then, like, of course all the demons suck, actually. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overheard them and decide to lock you in the dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village. Humans are the real evil, pack it up. Only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's going to keep those demons from harvesting the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You hear the sounds of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did they follow you? If he's out there, your cries don't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what's happened.
You can overthrow a demon
You continue to
overlord
wait,
with a prick
but
by
no
brick.
one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. God damn! Imprisoned maiden end. Holy shit. So wait, there are endings for the hero where the maiden wasn't eaten? She's just gone? Is that what I'm understanding? Game hates the maiden. It really does. Which is probably gonna be a point later. So if we're obedient and the knight is not trusting or dutiful. So if we're obedient but the knight is not trusting or dutiful, we'll just get whatever this is, I suppose. But we're obedient. Okay. But yeah, it seems like the hate on the maiden is specific. Introduce myself, go hang out. She'll say, go leave. We can never be in love. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's oh, this is the one where she's gonna get burned at the stake or something. Along the way you encounter a hero. He asks what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? Yeah, the hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve! You're very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way, and leave in a huff. I don't think any of the hero's endings involved us distrusting her, which is interesting. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero? They ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. Maybe the option would have led to a B ending. Oh, I see, if you were distrusting. Gotcha. You were seized by the crowd and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You were to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. Of course I'm a demon sympathizer. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Whew! Hey! She got executed. Alright, let's reset and keep going. So next would be, he needs to be trusting. And we're gonna go with the hero. You need to be disloyal. Oh, I know what this ending is. Yo, I know how to get this ending. Watch this. You need to be disloyal. I need you to be trusting. And then I need you to not be merciful, right? And then I believe we'll get there, right? So blah, 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 blah. Disloyal. But she's not merciful. Alright. I know what ending this is gonna be. No, I don't want to replay the tutorial. My bad. God, the villagers really do suck, though. Okay, yep, they're doing evil. We get in here. You won't believe where this story changes. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. You just pretended not to hear them. If you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. Think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. Everyone in this game but the maiden has capacity to be a jerk. Yeah. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by the flames. Devout maiden and... Let's see, so... Was that what that was called? Yeah. Okay, so we've seen her true end. Next is gonna be antisocial, but we stay dutiful and heroic. Okay. That doesn't really matter. Dutiful and heroic. Right? That's all I need. Antisocial. It does, because it doesn't matter, but her being antisocial is canon to me. I don't care. It's cute. Okay, heroic and dutiful. Right. We just need him to be heroic and dutiful. You put your foot down, tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories. Oh. And then they have a cute little moment. And then that. And then the hero shows up. And then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Did I not get... No, this is right, right? So at this point, I think I want to go for Martyr, actually. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think you never could have imagined— Wait, no, I think I have seen this one already, shoot. I think I've actually seen that one, I got a little confused there. Right? Right, yeah, don't be a martyr, Phoebe. Don't be a martyr, Phoebe. Come on now. It's hard not to be, she would. That's all I'm saying, she would. Used to leave. Okay, can we just talk about this frame right here? This is so... I don't even know how to, like... This frame is, like, one of the most fucked frames when you think about it. Do nothing. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord. She lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. It's just so fucking sad. 1,000-yard stare. You look so derp. It's on my list forever. Saying good. It's really good, Nova. Welcome in, by the way. If you want to stream this or play it, Nova, don't watch. For sure, don't watch. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in to say hello. Yeah, do play it. Hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemy. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There he is. Avoid spoilers. Yeah, I would avoid spoilers, Nova, but thanks for dropping in. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? Have a good lurk. Thank you for dropping in. You exit the castle and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festival regardless. Complacent maiden end. Ooh, that was a nice one. Let's see, so... now we just want him to be diplomatic but not dutiful. Or... yeah, right? We just need him to be diplomatic, not be dutiful. Yeah. But we need her to be possessive, and then... I guess we'll do the... what was that one that we needed the underling to have? Disloyal, okay. We'll do... disloyal possessive first and see how that runs. I ain't leaving because this is a story about girls. You apologize for causing trouble, we already know. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. But the Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous, the hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero, she tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny overall, or after all. But the Overlord stops, or rather someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Everyone stop moving now. The room is silent, save for the underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel like you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest. Should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life. Well, that sucked. Bad end theater. Well, that sucked. Alright, and then we just need him to not be disloyal. Possessive Overlord kinda stinks, honestly. Sorry to tell you, but I think this game has a bad ending. No! Also, welcome in. I see first-time chatter there. Hi there, Exo. Welcome in, welcome in. I wouldn't believe this game has a bad ending, but I might not be sure. Nice to see you in here. Since you're new, I'm Phoebe the Clown. I'm a variety streamer, Clown Girl VTuber. I play a lot of games, and right now I'm playing a pretty solid one recommended to me by Mario. And B, technically. This bad ending, it can't be forever. Sure it can. Do you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you? Confused, he asks what's going on. We know this bit. She's gonna reject and kinda go sicko mode. You better not let the Overlord die or I will personally cry. I promise, Exo. If end is bad, why? I won't let the Overlord die. She'll be fine. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back off into a corner. Her expression is complicated. The gaslight gatekeep girl boss cannot be stopped. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny overall. After all, she vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. I mean, that's not like the worst ending you could get, honestly. Like, genuinely, I mean, that sounds pretty alright, all things considered. The letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 2. Let's see. My love. See, chat's all here for it. I've finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I've opened up my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it, and how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. Sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it. Wherever yours are. Forever yours, Strategy. B, I care about you, you dingus. Don't say that. If only Markipliers played this game. Can I talk to the mask right now? Oh, okay. This is where I go once I have them. Gotcha. Okay. So, Underling should be pretty easy, and the Overlord we have really yet to explore. But it is around the time I take a bathroom break, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to take a quick 3-minute ad break, take this time to stretch, get some water, go to the restroom, do whatever it is you gotta do. And I'll be... Number 10 bathroom breaks of all time. And I'll be back in 3 minutes with more time to bathroom the break. I'll be back in 3 minutes with more Bad End Theater, so please stick around. And also, just saying it now, I'll probably have this game done before the top of the hour, it looks like. So, World of Horror tonight, probably. Stick around. And I'm back! Oh, you heard that screenshot noise? No way! Oh, what you got there, Mario? I like the Underling a lot. What were you gonna send? No, I'm not gonna use the maiden looking upset. No, that image... No, what the heck? Why would I want to use the upset maiden image? What the heck? You're a weird feller, Mario. Thank you, Morshu. Alright. Oh, my bad, that was Scraft Punk. I get them confused. Anyways, we're back. Welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for the patience. Let's get right back into the bad ending. Why not? Okay, so don't eat her. Bring her to the castle. Be disloyal? Diplomatic possessive. Okay. Diplomatic possessive. Does she need to not be antisocial here? No. Okay. No, she does need to be not antisocial here. Okay. Which is interesting. Okay. So, it doesn't matter. As long as she's not a tyrant, she just needs to be possessive, he just needs to be diplomatic, it looks like. Okay. Who upsetting their maiden? Upset maiden? Yeah, it's just a picture of upset maiden. Hear her out, talk with her, become friends. They're planning a lot of evil. Let's be disloyal. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're with it. You follow your friends outside the castle, talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. Anyways, talking about the room on fire, you talk about your plans. You sneak up to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention. God, the Underling's theme does go hard. But it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle! You are the new Overlord, even. Yeah, Underling is a goat. Except for, like, all the endings where Underling is the problem.
Got 2 tickets to Upset Maiden. Baby, come with me Friday. Don't say maybe.
Thank you. Okay, so let's remove diplomatic. Okay. She needs to be antisocial this time. Possessive doesn't really matter. Okay, obedient. Not sure how it changes if she's not obedient, because there doesn't seem to be a branch, but okay. Trusting. She needs to be resolute. Oh, I know what ending we're going to. I know exactly what ending we're running into here. Okay, well, let's just get this one out of the way. This one's gonna suck from the Underling's perspective. This one's gonna really suck from the Underling's perspective. Yeah, we do want to be disloyal here. They run up. Humans are liars, you get locked in. trapped in here. Hero joins you. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you'd sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. God damn, that one just gets to the point. Underlord and Overling. That one just gets right to it. Okay. So the next two are pretty quick. She needs to be a tyrant instead. I guess we, like I said, we can turn them all on when we're playing the character. Okay, so have her be a tyrant. Disloyal and then eat her. Okay, easy enough. There's different stages to eating her, I guess. Gobble her up. Finding audience for evil deeds. You haven't done anything yet. Put on a show? You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. I am pretty cool, B, but so are you, and everyone else in the chat. Your audience's screams grow louder. Applause! You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. Takes you out with one swift blow. You're just a demon underling, after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. Hell yeah, what an ending. I'm more cold than cool, personally. I feel that. That was not the ending I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Okay, I want to bring her to the castle. God, I'm a big dingus. I want to bring her to the castle. Gotcha. Don't be disloyal, I guess, because disloyal brings us down here. Gotcha. Don't be disloyal, and then bring her to the castle. Okay. Okay, I can do that. I don't think I can. Let's not, he says. Runs around, tumbles and falls. Brings her to the castle. Oh shit, I probably should have turned other things on. Oh, I know what ending this is. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up rude. One of them stepped on you pretty hard. I know what this is gonna be. It's actually not so bad, you guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. It's a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell him. Slit your throat in response. Jesus Christ, holy shit. Faithful underling end. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. Lost letter number 3. My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed the experience every tale in its entirety. Critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright, well, now it's time for the last character here. So, let's do Overlord begins, have the day off, allows the maiden to stay, dutiful. Overlord, 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 Overlord. She is the best character, next to the underling and the maiden. Grant them the day off. Knock at your door. Let her stay for a while. You enjoy a nice long chat, share stories. You're supposed to hear. You're surprised to hear thank you. It's really cute. They're adorable. You notice the sounds of battling have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underling's roughhousing. No big deal. You know, it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room, but he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle is really taking it out of you. That a hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There There was no one for this hero to save there. Just was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why's it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. You're far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You've had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Oh. Hey, at least you didn't die. You know, at the end of the day. So, dutiful and heroic, but not martyr. I mean, we've already seen some of these endings from other perspectives, to be fair. Here's the hero. Hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no time for this hero to save her. Here. There was no one for this hero to save her. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? You feel sudden sharp pain through your back. You look down to see a blade protruding from your chest. Ah, that was careless of you. This is how you die, stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right, humans can't be trusted. Not if this is what they're capable of. Should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch as the hero takes the maiden's hand, leading her through the sea of corpses he'd left in his wake. Captured by a demon, at least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Oh. Don't like that one. Everything you've done has only hurt them more. No. No, don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry, she's gonna be a martyr this time. I don't know how that could hurt her. Hero is kind of a problem, admittedly. I mean, I guess it's not his fault, because the town has just led him to believe that this is what he needs to do. So it's like, it's really not his fault, but like, at any moment, he really could stop, you know?
Everything you've done has only hurt them more. That's pretty badass. Keep going.
I don't know. There's no one, yep. Turned out like this. Main shouts something behind you. And you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. It pierces her chest and she falls to the floor lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken everyone from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. Vengeful Overlord and A. Obliterated is a hard line. Okay, so we allow her to stay, but he's diplomatic this time. And I just have to be possessive. I know how this one goes. Merry bad end. Give him the day off. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Let her stay. See, diplomatic night's not that bad. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who's rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep him here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. Okay, that was kind of stupid on him, but she was also being... this one's just a hard ending in general. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave! Take a step toward the maiden. She backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Selfish overlord. Yeah, that's what we'll say, selfish. That encapsulates that whole ending. You must really be enjoying my tragedies. I am, Mask. How did you know? Okay, diplomatic, but don't be possessive. Also, I could just skip time by not having him be trusting. 1 second. Okay, but then disloyal. So you need to be disloyal. Turn martyr off. I don't think it's necessary anymore. Okay, so he needs to be diplomatic, but we let her go, and then he just needs to be disloyal. If I turn trusting off, this will be very fast, apparently. Hello, my little underling. You get the day off. You get soft tacos. Let her stay, but then let her go when the hero shows up. This loneliness, you hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden and the hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of Oh, I know this ending. Okay, I know where this ending goes. Here we go. It's time to do it from this perspective. In frustration, you don't even notice they grabbed the underling whose traitor blamed everything on. Cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He's wise not to interfere. I wonder how much harder this game would be without the timeline. Incredibly. I don't think this game would work without the timeline, though, admittedly. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Spiteful Overlord end. Alright, well, we got the one where we killed the little feller. Okay, so we get to be antisocial this time. And she has to be obedient no matter what, so obedient is on. Okay. So she's obedient. We wake up. And then I need him to be a coward. Okay. I really like the Overlord's design. She's super cute. Grant him the day off. Tell her she has to go home. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? Try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. We'll see them in hell. Burned Overlord and ooh, extra crispy. Overlord awakens, but if they're not a coward, they need to be disloyal. Which is interesting. I wonder which one it picks if you don't choose for them. Probably the top. I would assume it always goes for whichever one's above the lower one, so if we had neither picked, they'd probably just be a coward. So disloyal, but you get to be trusting. And we just gotta go till we wake up. Give them the day off. I like how no matter what, I've been giving them the day off. I think that's what's important. Tell her to go home, go to bed. You don't get rest for very long. You wake up to the sound of battle. The hero is cutting through your army. As the Overlord, it's your job to take charge in these kinds of situations. You rush out to end this hero's pitiful existence. Vile demons! I shouldn't have believed for a second that you were anything but pure evil. I'll exterminate you all! You don't really get what he's going on about, but you engage regardless. The girl's gotta defend her people. You clash again and again, but the hero isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health, waiting for the other to make a move, when one of your underlings appears behind him. They knock the hero unconscious. You kind of appreciate it, but can't they say this was a duel? They don't respond. You sense murderous intent. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. You've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You have been slain by your own underling. I wonder how... I'm assuming B might be if, ending B would be if I didn't give him vacation. Okay. So, obviously being a tyrant is gonna lead to something, but... this time, we need him to not be trusting. This little fella needs to be disloyal, but he needs to not be trusting. You get the day off no matter what, little fella. I think they only got the day... I think they're only going to get the day not off, like 3 times in this whole playthrough. Tell her to go home, go to bed, wake up. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You remember now, you gave this one a day off, and this is how it repays you? I'm wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Oh. Reset the stage. Okay, 1 more left, and then we get, like, 1 better route, I'm assuming. Probably a continuation of the true end would be my guess. 1 ending remains. Will it be good or bad? Well, you're not gonna believe this, but I seem to already have insight here. Hungry and dutiful. That's all we need. Hungry and dutiful. Underling walks in. Be a tyrant. You wake to a huge commotion outside. A hero's shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. Hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. Spit curses weakly. You wish you could have been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you're swallowed by darkness. Conquered overlord. End. Is he gonna try talking to me after this? A letter flutters down from behind the curtain. Number 4. Let's go back real quick. Let's read them in order again. Just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this. It's unreasonable. Cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief, somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing, until the day you find me once more. And then, maybe, we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right! I opened up my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. Sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it, wherever you are. I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor folks have to die? You were so rude, you wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet, you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day. Even now, I wonder if, somewhere, you're thinking of it too. And then just to check, I think this is... There's no way that's every path he had to offer. Okay. I want to do True Ending Maiden again real quick. Before cause I think I just actually have to go... Yeah, okay, that's all. I just had to go here. I wasn't sure, but let's see. Can't end like this. Try the True Ending again. I think I can just say it can't end like this here. You want to answer the Main's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But, retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? There's nothing you can do by acting from within their story. It's time to take things into your own hands. Oh! Okay. Interesting. Here we go. You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You don't know how you could do that, but what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you, but why are you pitch black? You feel like this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. Sure, B. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hi guys. You smile awkwardly and introduce yourself. The maiden is the first to respond. My prayers have been answered. You must be... Her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be. Now, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passé. Oh no, it's Frank West! Shit! Hi, Juno. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way into the stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Tragedy, if you'd like. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relieve one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful. I'm sick of all these bad endings. Then, frankly, you should never have come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending. It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. Do I really have to fight him, though? That doesn't seem like the answer. Honestly. But okay. Stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do now? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. I'll defend. Try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. 10? God dang, Juno! There you go. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Wait, let me try that again. Defend. Perhaps you don't understand just how classed you are here. Behold, my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed all 41 of my painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much of a masochist as me. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your heart. They do. And you're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here, to the end of the world. That's right. You came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Okay. So, you are hero. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain it in a way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear. You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember the state of your body and decide that, yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please, tell me what I can do to reach that dream! The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us. Murderer! I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Okay. The reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give you it. The hero uses willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy's reeling. Alright, now let's get a summon in. Not the wounds. We don't need 100 wounds. Also, maybe calm down a bit on the redeems, Juno. We're near the end of the game here. You happen to find the maiden as she exits the church. Her heart's set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. Maine regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon? I was hoping I would meet one today. Think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of this story, after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord. You see, I've grown so tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so... You ask what it is she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please, guide me. The maiden will now fight alongside you. Hell yeah! What is this horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. That's not really cool, man. Let's hit him with some hope. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Alright, time to summon the Underling. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The Underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the Underling you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, trying to save me from boredom first. I hate this job. The Underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the Underling's friends who had bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the Underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. The Underling will now fight alongside you. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. The Underling, You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally. Huh, if I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. I mean, yeah, that one is pretty bad. You're a real freakazoid, aren't you? Let's hit him with tenacity here. Knock me down and I'll just come back stronger. The Underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. And time for the best summon. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the wall. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. Yes, I am. It's more like you've all come here to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, just like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. Hey, Dorian! You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. No interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. Waiting on baked potatoes? Ooh, baked potatoes are great. If you put bacon, chives, cheese, and sour cream on it, one of the best meals you can have. I see. So this is tragedy. Hi, Barry! How are you doing? Merry Monday. Welcome in, welcome in. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. Cheese, butter, and cream cheese? Oof, that's good too. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. I like the little underlings thing. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combinations of behavior will open the path to your true ending? Show me. I mean, I don't think it was too hard. I'm gonna go with ambition and assume I've got this. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. Whoops, wrong button. You'll unleash one final attack and destroy tragedy once and for all. Heck yeah, well welcome in and I hope you have that dinner's delicious. Easy peasy. You've done it! You've managed to defeat me. Tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologizing for antagonizing you for so long. I waited to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? I'm satisfied. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. You've earned this one. Here's your true ending. I like this game a lot. Assuming that was the ending and there's nothing left for me, I like this game a lot. And I don't necessarily disagree with tragedy. Oh, hell yeah! He became like a stripper or fashion model or something. There's a little bit more. Okay. I don't disagree with tragedy, but you don't need to be a prick about it. Aw, they ended up together. I thought they were like a stripper for a second. Yeah, they were modeling Heroes designs. I think Stripper Demon Underling would go hard, just saying. It's very beautiful, B. But I can't say this is the type of thing that gets me tearing up. I think it's gorgeous, though. It's a gorgeous game. It is a absolutely gorgeous game. I'm gonna say it though, I don't know if it should be $10. I feel like it should be like maybe $5, but solid 9 out of 10. You're good, Dorian. Don't worry about it. You don't gotta apologize for studying anatomy. God damn it, Dorian. How dare you study anatomy? This is a solid 9 out of 10 game. I can't wait to watch Nova to play it now, because now I don't have to worry about spoilers. That'll be fun. Your true end. I did see that one you posted. Something's missing. Yeah, Tragedy hasn't had their good end yet. Oh, you're still here? The curtain is closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell, after all. There is one more. Me? You'd like to know why I started this theater? I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks in my mask. Piece by piece, it falls apart into your hands, revealing... Should have warned you, this might affect what you think of my stories. Can't help but compare my face to the maiden's. I'm not her, but It's not like she isn't me, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Would you like to hear not another ending, but the truth? Tell me. Alright, one last story. You may already know this, but it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out to fulfill some sort of destiny. That part was true. She met someone, another girl. A running theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time, everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. As the reality for many, this pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like all types of stories where love conquers all. Where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardship, and everything is okay in the end. I lost her. And then I started this theater. But this story does have a happy ending. Huh? I knew it. I was hoping to find you. It's you. Aww. It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same to you. You knew I could never resist giving your stories a happy ending. So of course I would be drawn to a place like this. Yeah, but I didn't think it would actually work. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. The moral of the story is Yuri is fucking awesome. Now, truly, everyone can live happily ever after. Tragedies end. Well, still 9 out of 10. Solid game. Solid game. The animatic of the song at the end. Okay. Posted in the server. I don't know if I'll watch it on stream, but I would like to see it on my own time.
What a splendid pie. Pizza,
So I'll keep it safe. Is this from the creator of the game, or?
Pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, olives.
I'll watch it later for you, B. Is that what he's saying? What a splendid pie? Every second, bye. No, fan animation. Okay. Of course, Mario. It was really good. What are the other options here? Settings. Oh, there was a settings option. Nah, I'm a goober. Very good game. Yeah, no, it's one of those games that knows exactly what it is, and it does what it sets out to do very well. And I like it a lot. I kept thinking about Wario Land 2 the whole time because of like the branching paths and the menu kind of looked like the Wario Land 2 one. But seriously, it was really fun and I'm really glad I got to play it. So thank you, Mario, and thank you, B, for buying it for me so I could play it. Of course. It was wonderful. How did I miss 2 achievements? What? Huh? I missed... Let's take it again from the total reset. And then what was the hidden one? You were overcome by a tragedy. Oh, you have to lose the boss fight? Alright, well, I would like to get all achievements. I'm missing 2, so maybe I'll do that later. Just speedrun it. You do restart and then lose the fight. That's... Oh, B. I don't really know what's going on with you. I've seen bits and bobs from what you've mentioned, and you know, I hope everything's alright enough, and I'm glad to play this for you if it helps you. And I'll tell you what, after such a harrowing, dramatic story, how about we relax and we wrap up the stream with some World of Horror? Of course, B. Of course. And remember, Everyone deserves a good ending. You just gotta hold out for it. World of Horror, we'll call it biblically bad ending of theater presentation. There we go.